Hello, my name is Maria Chavez, and today I will be discussing consumer surplus, and producer surplus. So, for consumer surplus, it is the difference between what the consumer is willing to pay versus what they actually pay for a good and service. And this is calculated by looking at the equilibrium price and the demand curve and the equilibrium price from the quantity zero to its desired equilibrium quantity. For producer surplus, this focuses more on the producer side, not the consumer side. So for this, it is the difference between what the producer is, um, what the producer accepts, like with the total amount. Um, Between the actual prices. Okay, let me rephrase this. Producer surplus is the difference between the total amount, the actual price that producers are uh, accept, and versus the minimum that they are willing to accept to produce a good or service. And mathematically, for consumer surplus, it is integral d of x dx minus q times p. And the dx stands for demand um, function. And mathematically, for the producer surplus, it is q times p minus integral s of x dx. And this is the SX stands for supply curve, the supply curve. So the first one, consumer, is DX, which is the demand curve, the demand function. And for producer, it is the supply function. And for both of them, the Q stands for equilibrium quantity, and the P stands for the equilibrium price. Now, let's talk about a business. Now, let's say there's um, an electric bike business, and this business is called Electric Ride. And customers are, as the price drops, the customer is willing to pay for either more bikes or a bike. It's more reasonable for them. Um, but for the producer side, if the price increases, they are more motivated to make more product to sell. So I'm gonna be showing you. Let me see. So this is me inputting my information, my data for the electric bike business, and I went ahead and made these into linear plots, linear lines, with a scatter plot. I went to go ahead and found the equations, which the first equation is y equals 50 plus 50x plus 450, and the SX is y equals 248.57x minus 235.24. So these are the two equations that we're going to be going based off to solve our, we're going to use that to solve for X, P, consumer surplus, and the producer surplus. So now I went ahead and wrote down what dx stands for and sx stands for from the equations that we got from the graph. Dx is equal to sx, making the equation this now. 5x plus 450 equals 248.57 minus 235.24. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to bring down this 450, right? Yeah, 450. So we're going to bring down the 450 minus 2, 3, 5 point. Oh, no. Sorry, I was getting this wrong. We're going to bring down the 50. Minus 2, 4, 8.57. Now I'm going to bring out my calculator. It's going to be 50 minus 248.57. And the answer is 198.57. Now we're going to bring down the 450 now. 450, and then we're gonna bring down this right here. 2, 3, 5.24. So now we're going to do 450 plus 2, 3, 5.24. So 450 plus 235.24. Oh, no. I did it wrong. So it's 450 plus 235.24. And this is equal to 685.24. Now we're going to bring this down and divide it with this. So it's 198.57 198.57. So we're going to divide that. 198.57. And we get the answer for x. And this equals to 3, 4, 5, 1. Now to solve for p, we're going to go ahead and just do it down here. P, D, X, and we're going to do 50 X parentheses 3.451 plus 450. So that's 50 parentheses 3.451 plus 450, and this p equals to 622.55. So this is the answer for p. This is x and this is p. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload my graph to make sure that I got it right. And yeah, so this is where they meet. Those are my coordinates, my 2 points. And I did it right. So this is the equation to find the consumer surplus. I tried writing it as neat as possible. It was kind of hard. But the way we're going to rewrite this is integral 3, 0, $50x plus 450, 622. The first step we're going to do is we're going to subtract these two. So 450 minus 622. So 450 minus 622 is negative 172. And we're going to go ahead and times this plus times 3. So times 3, 516 plus 16. Now we're going to bring down this 50. We're going to go ahead and divide that by 2. And x over 2. So 50 divided by 2 is 25 times 3, 2 equals, so 25 times 3 square root of 2, 225. 225 5. So now we're gonna subtract 5/16 with 2/5. So negative 5/16 minus 2/5. No, wait. 2/5 minus 5/16 is 291. So this is the final answer for the consumer surplus. Okay. So yeah, I missed the interval. So this is how you write the producer surplus equation. So the way we're gonna rewrite this is interval 3, 0, 6/22 minus 2, 4, 8/57 minus 2, 3, 5.24. Okay, how we're gonna do this now, we're gonna go ahead and subtract 6/22 minus 2, 3, 5.24. So 6/22 minus 2, 3, 5. Sorry about that. So the answer for these two is going to be 386 times 0.76. Now we're going to go ahead and times this times 3, making it 1, 1, 6, 0, 28. Now we're gonna bring down the 2, 4, 8.57. We're gonna divide that by 2 and then times square root. So this looks like 248.57 divided by 2. This equals to 1, 2, 4.285. Times 3 square root. times 3 square root equals 1, 1, 1, 8.565. Now we're going to go ahead and subtract this number with this number to get the answer. So we're going to do 1, 1, 6, 0, 0.28 minus 1, 1, 1, 8.565. So minus 1160.28. And this is equal to 41.750. 715. So this is our final answer for the producer surplus. So I showed you each step on how to get X and P, and then I showed you the consumer surplus and the producer surplus. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you for your time.